right, so I'd like to call to order the June 19th board meeting of the Batavia Park Board of Commissioners to order at 7:01. Please call the roll.
Riley?
Here.
Dorsey?
Here.
Tillman absent. Gray? Here. Callahan?
Here, let the minutes reflect that we have a quorum to conduct business, so please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Any items to be added, removed, or changed on the agenda? There are none. Excellent. So next item on the agenda, I would entertain a motion to establish the consent agenda as follows. The approval of meeting minutes for the regular board meeting of May 15th. Approval of meeting minutes of the executive session of May 15th. Approval of paid expenditures, expense, approval report, investment summary, income statement purchases, prevailing wage ordinance number 376, including ordinance number 377, declaration of surplus property, and resolution number 248, notice of appointment of authorized IMRF agent. Any further discussion? So let's just call the roll.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Gray? Aye. Riley?
Aye.
Tillman?
Aye, motion carries. So I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
So moved.
Second.
All right, motion by Dorsey, second by Gray. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next item on the agenda is guest matter from the public. Anybody wishing to address the board tonight? Okay. Next item on the agenda is number 7, matters for the commissioners. Any shout outs or any?
I'll start. I was just at Big Woods Park this afternoon with my kids, and they gave it a 4.8 out of 5. I think the .2 deduction, my 11-year-old said, well, it's kind of small. It's the same park we've always gone to. And you went and voted on which one you wanted. But anyway, so that was good.
Good.
Everyone's very happy that it's there. Lots of people driving by. Is it open? Is it open?
Yeah.
And great job, all you guys who helped out with the Bulldogs Unleashed. Not just the event, but everything, because it takes a ton of people to do all that work. So it was a great event.
It took a village, or actually no, a city.
Great job.
Thank you for the feedback.
Yeah, I wanted to give a shout out to Eric and his team because I thought being at the Bulldogs Unleashed unveiling, to see all the work that you guys put into it and working with the Batavia Parks Foundation, all the work that you put into it as far as housing the dogs, transporting the dogs, setting the dogs up. It's a large task, and I think you guys really rose to the occasion, did an excellent job.
Wow, thank you very much. We enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun.
It was fun to see you having a good time, smiling, carrying big bulldogs.
The maintenance truck makes a great animal shelter.
It does.
Feeding type, always great. Thank you very much.
Also, condolences about Q,
Yes.
the shop cat.
Sorry.
Question?
Anyone else? Kelly? All right. Okay, next item on the agenda is our favorite, of course, announcements.
Thank you very much. So we're excited that the River Rhapsody concert series continues tomorrow night at the beautiful Riverwalk in the heart of downtown Batavia. Rockstar Rodeo will take the stage at 7 p.m. Having expanded their musical repertoire to include not only the best of the top 40 country, but also timeless rock classics from 80s through today. And the summer concert series are held on select Wednesday evenings this summer and brought to you in cooperation with the Batavia Rotary Club. You can visit the Batavia Park District website for the full concert schedule. And Batavia's annual Windmill City Festival will be blowing into town on Friday, July 13th through Sunday, July 15th. We hope you'll bring your family and your friends down to the Riverwalk to enjoy delicious food, live bands, a value-packed craft and vintage market, challenging contests, and also the family-friendly fun zone. The fun zone will feature a variety of interactive inflatables, and the popular quad power jump will be back. and it's guaranteed to be a blast this year. And also, if you're looking for boundless fun this summer, you can purchase a daily wristband to the fun zone, enjoy unlimited inflatable entry. And also, if you want to skip the lines at the festival this year, daily wristband and quad power jump pre-sale tickets will start on July 2nd here at the Civic Center. And also, for the full festival schedule, you can visit windmillcityfest.org. And also, calling all pet owners, the pet parade is also just around the corner. We invite you to bring your furry or not so furry friend to this unique parade at Windmill City Festival on Saturday, July 14th. The first 50 registered participants will receive a complimentary doggy bag filled with goodies to take home. And then also interested participants should register between 9:15 and 9:50 a.m. and it begins at 10 a.m. Pets can also win Best Overall in 5 categories, which is Best Kisser, Best Trick, Highest Jump, Best Costume, and Most Unusual. And also we have something really new this year we're excited about. We will have Jim Nessie of Cold-Blooded Creatures on site to show off some unique critters. So the Pet Parade is brought to you in cooperation with the Batavia Animal Clinic. Definitely don't want to miss it. And also we want to just encourage you to save the dates for other wonderful summer special events coming up, such as the Beach Ball Bonanza on Thursday, July 19th, and the 26th Annual Chili Cook-Off, which is the state championship, on Saturday, July 28th. And as always, if you have any questions about any of our programs, summer events, you can give us a call at 630-879-5235 or visit bataviaparks.org. Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is staff reports.
All right, I'll hand it over to Mr. Eby.
Well, I wanted to touch base here with a couple of items, some updates about the museum. First off, the Victory Garden is now open to the public to enjoy. That is in the garden area that is immediately to the east of the museum building, right near the little Smith gazebo. Museum Director Jennifer Pitzier and her staff have, and Kim and some of the park staff have gotten a wonderful garden going, a Victory Garden reminiscent of those that were grown during the First and Second World War to help provide vegetables for consumption at home. So that's kind of a fun program that they've got going. The extended hours at the museum started June 1st. In addition to being open 2 to 4 p.m. on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, the depot will now be open from noon to 4 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. The Gus Research Center is open Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 2 to 4 as usual, or by appointment. And we have had, this summer, Jennifer has worked with Eric and his staff and Chris Winter, curator Chris Winter, and have developed a historic trolley tour of Batavia. There have been 2 so far, both have been filled. There are 2 more to come, one on August 15 and one on August 18. They are in the neighborhood of an hour long, and I have great reports that they were wonderfully received by both the staff and the participants. So we'd like to encourage the residents who really would like a close-up view of history of the town to please contact either the Depot Museum or here to register. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to turn it over to Director Pitzier to introduce our summer museum intern.
Hello, my name, as Jim mentioned, is Jennifer Pitzier. I'm the director of the Depot Museum, and I'm here tonight to introduce Rachel Granger. She is our summer intern this summer at the Depot. She will be with us through mid-August, and some of the projects she'll be doing is working in the collections, working on exhibits, including in the Victory Garden, of course, and she's even going to be starring in a couple of the Unlocking the Vault series that you'll see on YouTube this summer and this fall. At this point, I'd actually like to turn it over to Ray herself so she can give you a little bit more of her background.
Good evening, everyone. Like she said, my name is Ray. I grew up in Batavia my whole life, so I went to H.C. Storm and then Rotolo, and I graduated from Batavia High School in 2017. I'm currently in my second year of Aurora University, where I'm an art major but a museum studies minor. and I want to pursue my museum career and get my master's possibly and work in a museum one day. So when I heard that there was an internship open at the Batavia Depot Museum, I was like, I've been there before. I thought it'd be a great opportunity, and it has so far, and I'm just very thankful for being here. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Congrats.
Director Gold?
Well, I no longer have IT responsibilities. This is such a transfer the road to Steve, and he picked them up. I wanted to take this opportunity. I filed my resignation with Allison this past month. I really wanted to take this opportunity to thank the board, Allison, and this team right here, team over here. It's been an incredible opportunity for me. Really learned a lot and grown, and I will be accepting a new position with Spear Financial. It's a municipal advisory firm that works with the Park District, and I'm really excited to be working with Spear to help finance the building of parks all over Illinois, and it's really empowering. It'll continue to help me grow and develop, and wouldn't have been possible without this opportunity right here. So really just an incredible place to work, and I want to thank everybody. So one special shout out definitely goes to Tammy. Without Tammy's help and assistance, this transition for me would not have been possible. So she's an incredible employee, and I just want to thank all the hard work she's done for me over a few years. That being said, I've always prided myself on trying to be a resource to the board and to provide you with the best information possible. And I just encourage everyone here as we move forward that if you ever need anything, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. I want to continue to be that resource, and I just want to see this district grow and thrive, and thanks again for the opportunity.
We're going to miss you.
Yeah. Thank you for all your hard work.
Thank you.
Can you still leave Leo's picture up there?
He's got his own.
Okay. We can Photoshop on our parks meeting.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I wanted to jump in on Jim's comments on the trolley. The Maiden Voyage was handled by our awesome master mechanic, Carl Bailey, who's out in the audience tonight. He took it for his maiden voyage, and everything ran spectacular. And kudos to him for all the work he did over the winter. And I had the pleasure of driving it this past Saturday, June 16. And wow, I just got to tell you that the information that Chris offered to the patrons was amazing. I've been in Batavia for 39 years myself, and I was like, really? All the things that I learned were just, it was just, I want to go on it again. So, and the trolley is perfect for that opportunity. I think that's why it was made originally, and Allison worked hard on it when she was a rookie here, and so now it's just come full circle, and we're just stoked to be able to offer that. So. And with that, I wanted, in my report, I promised that we would have the fountain up and running, and the Riverwalk fountain is going, and it looks phenomenal. We had a little issue with some backward parts, but now it's doing great. And then the other thing I want to say that we were dealing with some rainwater in some detention areas that were not draining, in some of our properties that were south and west of us, specifically Mirador and Mill Creek. And unfortunately, water wins most of the time, but we were pretty persistent, a lot of effort from several people in the Parks Department. And I can't say it was all of our effort, but somehow, some way, the water has resided. And our paths that were covered are open, and we're clean today, and it's just a pleasure to be able to offer that back to the
Always goes down.
Sometime, yes. But it was very frustrating not to be able to find that the resolution for that, but we were definitely the beneficiary of that when Mother Nature helped us out once again.
Sometimes a day feels like a month.
Yes, absolutely. So, thank you. Any questions?
On Wednesday, June 6th, we had our 10th annual Senior Expo. Very well attended. We had around 300 visitors, 40 plus exhibitors. We had the Secretary of the State's office that did the rules of the road. Overall, we got really good feedback. Katie was out there doing surveys, and we got a very positive response. Corey, been very busy. The Memorial Day weekend was one of the busiest we've had. We're actually at capacity on Sunday and Monday, so it's good things. And Brittany's doing a great job with stand-up paddle boards, her and Kathy, and just offering, they just had their Water Olympics, everything's going very well at the Corey. Campers, Camp K, they've actually had 121 campers, which is one of the highest we've had in a long time. So the kids are doing a good time, having a good time. And we currently have 135 students registered for New Horizons for next year. Other than that, sports camps are up and running, have a lot of good things, and things are going real well. Any questions? Oh, and the fishing derby we had on Sunday, we had about 100 people for that. That was Sunday on Father's Day. Very well attended event.
It's like you're like trying to tap each other.
Yeah, I get. Well, maybe. Well, as you know, our summer events are already underway, so marketing staff is busy preparing for Rhapsody, Windmill City Festival, Movies in the Park, Chili Cook-Off, you name it. So we've got a lot of great events coming up that we're preparing for, but some successes that we wanted to share with you. As you all know, of course, a lot of our revenue, comes from our programming and taxpayer dollars, but we also try to offset some of those costs with advertising and sponsorship revenue. And so I'm really excited. We're actually already have exceeded our advertising goals by 8% for the year. So we're up. And we've already brought in 85% of our goals for sponsorship. So we're really well on our way. It's only June, so that's really exciting. So I did want to share that with you. I recognized him in other places, but Steve actually has a background in sponsorship, so he's been helping me with festival sponsorship. So Steve, I appreciate the support. And then also, just another success I wanted to share. Last year, we updated our mobile web track so that folks could actually register using tablet mobile device. And as you know, more and more people are registering online versus coming in person or over the phone. And our website stats from last year versus this year, last year we had 6,401 users for the 30 days of, between May and this meeting, but we actually had 14,000. So a huge increase. And so 74% of those were new users. So we've got a lot of new families and new people utilizing our programs across the whole board. So it's something really exciting that I enjoy and helps us get other information out through our website as well. And last but not least, I am also super excited. We also have a summer intern. I'm super excited. It's my pleasure to introduce all of you to Denise Cartina.
Hello everyone, good evening. As Katie mentioned, my name is Denise. I am a Batavian. I've lived here since I was 3 years old, so I went to Jimmy Nelson, Rotolo, Batavia High School. I'm currently a senior at Illinois State University, majoring in public relations. Also at the school, I participate in the Public Relations Student Society of America, which I'm the secretary of. And this has just been a really good experience so far, being part of the Park District. It's basically kind of a dream internship because it's 5 minutes away from my house. I'm learning everything that I have wanted to do related to marketing and public relations. So I've just been having a really great time here so far. Thank you. Great.
Financials with all these enrollment stats.
Well, thank you all.
I did have a question for Katie.
Sorry, I was doing a fist bump.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. I mean, with stats like that, you could do several at this point. Do we have Google Analytics hooked up with our website?
We do.
And when you're using as far as looking at usability, do you think allowing for people the register online, there aren't really any usability issues or anything like that? You're not noticing any drop-off rates during like the registration process online?
Oh, you mean like where are they dropping off?
Yeah, as far as like, as you're
Like
going
landing
through the
pages?
process, because it seems like that's a lot of extra users, which is really great. And then on top of that, maybe there are extra people that we can pick up if there are any kind of like drop-offs that happen during a registration process. If there's anything complicated that might happen.
Yeah, part of the problem is, so what happens when you register for a program, what happens is it takes you away from our website and takes you to our web track portal, which we don't actually have analytic access for that.
Okay.
So once you get into that registration software, I think I should probably look into it more, that maybe there's some sort of function that we could look into.
Yeah, like a redirect away from a website, sometimes you'll get drop-offs, but then does it bring you back to the website after they complete registration?
I don't think it does. I think it takes you back to the main, so perhaps it may suggest another program to you. Like maybe, we also have like a scrolling headline that talks about special events and other program options. But that's a great idea to, maybe there's a way to easily click back to the website without having to like go back or retype it in, so.
Yeah, or if at all possible, if we look into it, not to have people redirected away from the website, but to keep them on the website during the registration process, if it's possible. But if we have a separate software, or if it's a third party that's hosting registration, then that's not really going to be a possibility. So I still think the work that you're doing is excellent, but working in e-commerce, I know there's always like small little tweaks you can do to increase.
Absolutely. It's easy to lose people all of a sudden, they get like, oh, there's that pretty thing, I'm gonna go here. So that's a great idea, I'll definitely look into it, so I appreciate it.
Great. Any other questions for staff reports?
Nope.
All right. Moving right along, executive director's report. So I'm going to do my best to transition each slide to try to make it smooth and seamless. So we kicked off the summer in full speed here. We've got Huckleberry Beach, we've got Camp Kaleidoscope. I feel like Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire should be playing in the background. We have the River FC concert series. Hopefully one of these days you'll get to meet Chuck the Duck. I'd like to meet the mascot. Maybe we'll have to have a special event that we can bring you to so you can meet him. Full throttle, this is the best the attendance has been in years at the quarry. And we can attribute it to many different things, some of which we'll cover a little bit later on. But water clarity being a huge part, 75% more water clarity than ever before at the quarry. And this is due in great part to the park board with the vision, seeing that we needed to improve our mechanical systems down at the quarry. So our filtering system, completely redone. It's made a huge difference. So opening weekend, as Katie mentioned, or maybe it was Steve, 1,500 people is the capacity at the Huckleberry Beach, and we hit that the entire Memorial Day weekend. So it was funny, my Twitter feed was blowing up, people hashtagging the quarry, and we have the one person in, one person out rule. So the line was pretty long, people waiting to get in, waiting for 4 people to come out before I could scoot on in. So people were very excited. So we're off to a great start for summer. With that water theme, here you go. This is really what it looks like. This is not an enhanced image. The water clarity really does look like this. So instead of the brown, kind of murky, as we heard for so many years, colored water, now we're looking at what looks like a pristine greenish blue. And this is what the quarry looks like today. So I should probably do a before and after picture maybe next time. And this is Eric and Gary inside. This is a sneak peek inside the mechanical systems. Not everybody gets to see this. It was a little field trip when we got the tour back there. But Gary Motika, our superintendent of facilities and trades, is the happiest camper ever in the history of his career here. And his life has been made so much more easier, so he doesn't have to get his wading boots on and go into down below underneath the mechanical house, the pump house, to manually change out the filters. So if you remember years ago, we were pumping
More than we want to take.
65,000
250,000 gallons a day.
a day. Not anymore. So the water therefore isn't the cold 60 degrees that it once was being pumped in. It's still solar heated for those of you viewing at home and in the audience. Solar heated, so you're not going to get the sunset pool experience, but we're a beach and we're a destination place, so you want us for different reasons. With the water theme, this is the Batavia Dam, and so you can see here are the areas where the dam has been breached, and quite a few areas there. We are not on the top 10 list within the state to replace or repair the dam. I think we're second from the bottom of the list in terms of emergency repairs. And, but we still know eventually someday we're gonna have to have a plan for the depot pond. We do know that. City Council recently has been talking a lot about the future of the Fox River and what that looks like. And just recently at a City Council meeting, they mentioned that they want to have that discussion with the Park District. They want to know what the Park Board and staff, leadership team, what we see as the vision for programming the Fox River, whether it means concessions, whether it means investing in a ferry boat ride someday, or put the trolley, float the trolley. Just kidding, Carl.
I don't know if I can pull that here.
But also,
Yeah, pontoon trolley.
not just a pontoon trolley, I like that. Not just in terms of programming the Fox River, but also shoreline stabilization, because that's equally as important. So, and really investing in our ecosystem. So, City Council has invited us to the table, to the dance. And so, Monday, June 25th is a date that was a placeholder that was thrown out. So if you could please just respond to my email and we can try to, you're in?
Yeah, I'll be there.
We can try to lock that in. All right. And speaking of water, since, again, I'm trying my best for these transitions here. This is our fountain down by the depot pond. It's that pristine blue thanks to the Parks Department. They did a lot of patching and painting and caulking. And this is also an area we invest at least $15,000 a year in for this quarry, I'm so used to talking money with the quarry, with this fountain. So this fountain does experience a lot of vandalism throughout the year, and mainly because teenagers find it fun to suds, which means pouring soap in the fountain, but we don't recommend that. It's not to be played in or bathed in. We do have signs up for those of you that are watching that might be getting some ideas. This is view only, although some people like to use it as a wishing well. And, but we do want to start thinking about the future of the fountain. The Furnace Foundation had gifted it to the Park District years ago, and maybe it's time to either look for a funding source for it, maybe it's the Parks Foundation, maybe it's something that we invest in as a capital improvement. But we do need to start thinking about the future of this aging fountain. And the opposite of water, the enemy of water, is fire. And here we had the fire department, before we tore down 13 North, we had the fire department do drills that they hardly ever get to do in town. So we gave them access to 27 North, the former Teen Center house, and 13 North Prairie. So they were able to take their axes and hack away and do drills within the roofing systems and the walls and interiors that they don't get to do at a typical training facility. So it was a great experience for them, but I just thought it would be interesting to show you what it really looked like before it. So I think the neighbors were really happy to see it demoed after the fire department took their axes to it. So this is what this house looked like afterwards. So after the demo, this is the view when you're headed out to Prairie Street. So the view is taken from the East Side Center looking outward. And here's T-Rex chomping away at the 27 North property. And it didn't take long at all. Jim, Eric, did you want to add to that at all?
About 45 minutes, maybe?
45 minutes for 13, probably 2.5 hours for 27. Just not a lot to it once it starts coming down.
And
It's interesting to watch the technique. They kind of fold it all in on itself and crush it into the basement.
And for our viewing audience, We did contract out with a salvage company for anything of any architectural value inside the home, or the property, it wasn't a home. But, so that way, there wasn't anything significant that was left inside. And here's an even better picture from the front. So you can kind of see, as Jim said, everything was folded inward. You can see just the base of the house here. A lot of dust, a lot of smoke. And Jim brought up an observation as the two of us were watching the finalization of that demo. And this is the steeple of the former Holy Cross Church, Shannon Hall. And we noticed two hawks. And Jim had mentioned a very profound but philosophical statement that he felt like it was the Bartholomew's, Harry and Myrtle Bartholomew, channeling the demolition of that house, watching up above on the steeple. It was super cool, so I thought I'd share that with you. It gave me goosebumps when you said that, so I thought I would share that with all of you.
Cool.
And here's what 27 North, which is no longer, but here's what it looks like from Prairie Street today. Everything, the ground has been restored, and now actually the grass is growing through it.
We have a really good stand of grass, oddly enough, with all the water.
Mm-hmm. And since we're at the Eastside Center, we'll talk about the Super Savvy Senior Expo. As staff mentioned, we had about approximately 350 attendees, and it was the 10th annual, so we did an island theme. So all the seniors loved it. We had a few banjo players. People had a great time and relaxed. Even staff had fun. I call Steve Hollywood because he loves those sunglasses. But so staff has really been all hands on deck with all the special events this summer. And speaking of, we've got Kim Hansen, our Superintendent of Parks, and Robin Satterquist, our Recreation Supervisor in charge of the senior program. And they are representing the Park District at the Batavia Festival that took place 2 weeks ago. And there we had Kathy Friedland with her Nordic walking and some Zumba instructors as well, so we were able to pick up some new participants along the way. And give out some handy-dandy prizes thanks to our marketing department. And also just a reminder, we are going to start a green committee with Katie Drum as the chairman of it. So we're super excited about that. So the transition would be, now while we're outside still, we're going to move over to the Bulldogs Unleashed event, but it wasn't just the Bulldogs Unleashed. I'd be remiss to say it was just one event. It was actually the Flag Day celebration, as well as the ice cream social for fireworks. And but I wanted to share some pictures since we talked so much about Eric and the crew. There's Laurel Baker, Kim Hansen, Gary Motika, hauling all of the Bulldogs. And they're a little awkward, and not the people, the dogs are a little awkward to carry. And but sure enough, as you can see by the whole parade of Bulldogs, there were many to carry that day. And I want to thank Commissioner Gray and Commissioner Dorsey for showing up and attending that event. So thank you. And then our Bulldog is right here. This is the Bruce the Spruce Bulldog. And he's currently outside of our Civic Center right here at 327 West Wilson. But he will be, after the auction, he's going to be the Park District's owned by us. And he'll be outside at the Eastside Community Center. So right by the playground that we're developing. And since staff has been doing such a great job, all hands on deck, it makes sense that we've been nominated again for the 2018 Chicago Tribune's Top Workplace. So, staff is going to be receiving an employee engagement survey, and that will be they'll be released at the end of this week. So, so we're excited to see if we can get the trifecta, get the third year in a row for top workplaces, but we were nominated for the third year, so we're super excited. And because staff has been so supported by the park board, wow, I will end this presentation by mentioning, this great park board that's been supporting us and everything we've been doing will now have their own managed card access. So thanks to the last thing on Aaron Gold's work my goals and play. Before you left, in charge of the IT committee, and Steve will be taking that over, he's crowned, was to put the managed access here at the Civic Center and at the Peg Bond Center. So that was successfully done, and now we're rolling out the entire system with the communication plans and rolled out to staff, to seasonals, part-time and full-time. And so we're really excited that it'll be a great safety and security feature. So that is a wrap. Thank you. Before I sit down. All right. So we have two very special presentations for tonight. Two very special presentations. And it's not every day that we get to recognize, that the Park District gets to recognize life-saving efforts. In the past, we've had lifeguards here from the Hull Quarry Beach, and we've been able to honor them for life-saving efforts at the quarry for rescues. But in this case, we actually have two staff members that, that don't work at the quarry, so this is a little change of pace. And it's my great pleasure to tell everyone the story behind it, but to introduce them one by one. And first off, I would like to introduce Carl Feeling. Carl, please stand up. And I'm going to see, my goal is to see how deep or ready you can get. So Carl is the Park District's mechanic and beloved by many. And so he is still a little bit newer at the Park District, within year and a half. Within a year and a half, and he's gotten to know the Parks Department employees very well. And thank goodness, he takes such care for them, and he's done such a wonderful job in getting to know them, that one day, he and one other gentleman that works for us were at the maintenance shop. And it was just the two of them, because ironically, the rest of the Parks Department was at a CPR first aid training at Shannon Hall. So there were only two people at the shop when, out of the blue, Carl noticed the other employee was nowhere to be found. So he looked, found him at the bottom of the stairs. His head was bloody. He had passed out, apparently, walking down the stairs and fell. And Carl came to his attention. Carl aided him, made sure he was okay, and noticed that something just wasn't right. And Carl followed protocol, got a hold of his supervisor, called 911, and we can say saved his life. And you know, Carl was the only one there, and he knew exactly what to do. He stayed cool, calm, and collected, and he really didn't miss a beat whatsoever. And I really want to honor him today for saving a life. We'll leave the individual's name out, but that individual did have a health issue, and the ambulance was down at the shop to pick that person up. And Carl, we can't thank you more. We think you're kind of a big deal. And not only that, but you're a lifesaver.
Oh. That's awesome.
Congrats, Carl.
A lot of cake.
Okay. Thank you.
Nice job, Carl.
So not only do our employees care and have regard for fellow employees, but our employees also get to know our patrons, all of our Batavia residents. They get to know and care about and learn about each resident that steps through the door. Every customer is a person we recognize and has feelings and has interests. And sure enough, Donna Taylor, please stand up. Donna was the employee that luckily at the East Side Center gets to know the seniors very well. And our Senior Citizen Club, our seniors love Donna, first of all. They will seek her out. if Donna's over at the Civic Center, she's done a rotation of any kind, they will ask, where's Donna? You know, is she coming back? So we make sure that they know where Donna's at. But Donna truly, truly puts her heart in everything she does and every interaction that she comes into contact with. And so this one day, Donna was on the phone with a senior who was inquiring about a dress rehearsal at the Batavia High School and inquiring some information about a time. And Donna said that she'd be happy to sign her up for that program. And Donna had asked, may I register you? And the phone got quiet on the other end. And Donna knew this woman. She knew her very well. She saw her weekly and many conversations with her. And so Donna heard the phone very quiet on the other end. And the backstory here is that Donna knew that this woman has had a problem with seizures. And so Donna was on high alert. Luckily, Tiffany Green, our customer relations manager here at the Civic Center, was also in the office with Donna. So Donna, quick thinking Donna, always thinking on her feet, Donna had realized that she needed to go into fast action. She couldn't wait. Something's happening. She heard the phone drop after their long silence. So Donna had given the phone to Tiffany and said, please stay on the phone. And then Donna called 911. Donna gave all the information to the first responders that was necessary. And then sure enough, Tiffany could hear the first responders enter. It was just a matter of minutes. And
they're in like 3 minutes, I think.
3 minutes time. So the quick thinking of Donna Taylor, some people may have just hung up and thought it was a bad, disconnected call. Some people may have just thought, oh, I'll just wait till you get back on. Maybe they hit mute on their phone, but not Donna. Donna's our safety queen anyway. She's on our safety committee. Safety's first and foremost in her mind, and it's one of her passions. But the fact that Donna cares so much about everyone she comes into contact with, she knows their story, and that person actually spent 2 days in the ICU and is now at Marion Joy. So, I mean, truly, you are a lifesaver. Thank you. We also think you're kind of a big deal. And of course, lifesaver.
I know where I'm
See how many I can fit in my mouth.
Save me, you do.
They got little air holes in them.
Well, Carl and I certainly speak on behalf of the board. They're certainly welcome to give me their own anecdotes, but I can't say how proud we are to be here today. That we have people who are passionate for their fellow human beings, not only their fellow workers, but also people who live in this community and take our services. I grew up in a firefighting family, and as a kid, my favorite day was when Dad called and said we were going downtown because Dad was getting an award because he saved a life. So I really know what it means to do that, and certainly something that I think you should cherish, because it's rare that you have the opportunity to be in a position where you make the decision between someone's health and outcomes that we probably wouldn't prefer. So I certainly want to thank you on behalf of the board and on behalf of this community. So I appreciate you being here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I think we have a special visitor that also wanted to say congratulations.
Oh my God.
I got your camera now.
Can we also get Donna and Carl?
Oh, yeah.
I think Donna wants to meet you.
Hey, Chuck.
I love it.
Hi. Go ahead. Really quick. Right here. Stay right here.
All right.
Very good. Thank you, Chad.
The surprise appearance.
Thank you, Chuck.
Great job, Chad.
You guys feel special.
The local celebrity. Oh, yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they couldn't make it today.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming out tonight. We're happy to recognize you, and don't feel compelled to stay. Just I'm giving it out.
Thanks, Pat.
All right, moving on. Next item on the agenda is old business capital development progress report. Jim?
Okay, keep going. There you go, stop right there. First, as Commissioner Gray indicated, the playground at Bigwoods is open. We are going to open on Friday. Oh, boy. It's been packed. It's been, well, although it was pretty hot on the weekend, so I think probably it wasn't as busy as it could be. Painwoods, however, has not gone along as well due to the greater amount of site work that had to happen there. We are going to be out there tomorrow doing some drainage inspection so that they can get the drain lines covered up and we get the gravel and mulch in. It has been really tough with the mud out there. So that one, we talked about the demo at the east side. We will be paving the Fox River Trail starting just at the north end of the Quarry Stone Pond condominium building, going 1,000 feet north. That part of the trail will be done at the end of June. It's going to take 2 days, and we're going to be ready to rock for before Windmill City Fest with that one. And that's for later, Steve, so you can get rid of that. I need a parking lot. There you go. Thank you.
First day.
These IT things kill them behind me.
You're a little jittery over there. Keep your hand off the controls, please.
Yeah. Well, this is the presentation drawing that we showed to our neighbors last week at the meeting we had over at the Eastside Center. Thank you, ma'am. This is the concept plan that you folks approved. This is the landscape plan that's been put together that is in for approval with the City of Batavia. We will be starting that process on the 9th of July with our visit to the Historic Preservation Commission, which really will be more focused on the playground on the west side of the building as the it keeps moving. As you can see,
It's not easy to
this section in the darker line is the new portion of the parking lot. The other is obviously the existing parking lot. These are all the new plantings. There are, and I can't tell you exactly, there are 8 to 12 new trees that are going to be planted. There are numerous shrubs of many varieties. There are native grasses and perennials that will be put in the bed here alongside Prairie Street and up around the new pergola structure that will be in what was the front lawn of the large old structure at 27 North. We will have our new bike parking here and a really nice, well-designed trash container corral that we've been wanting for many years. We are going to be going to HPC first, and then on the 18th of July, we will be at Plan Commission. At the 25th, we will be at the Council of the Whole, and then hopefully we will get our approval for this project August 6th from the full council. And between then and now, we are hopefully going to be working fast and furious with both our landscape architects on the playground portion and ERA engineering firm on the all of the design, both physical design and timing design of our playground, our parking lot project, as we are going to be opening our classes again on the 5th of September. So we're going to have to figure out how we're working around the classroom schedule and the construction schedule. So it'll be a challenge, but that'll be okay. Go ahead and go down. Next one. I guess I didn't have, in your packets, there's another picture of the, yes, there's the playground, thank you. And I think we've seen this before, I just wanted to bring it back to show you guys and the folks at VATV. This is the plan that we have submitted for approval with the City and Historic Preservation Commission for the playground that will be on the west side, the new horizons. Preschool playground, but also a public playground, which right now, the New Horizons playground is not open technically to the public. This is going to be a fabulous asset for our neighborhood over there, as well as for our own preschool program.
Mm-hmm. And the preschool teachers have been involved in the design of it as well.
Yeah, and we're hoping that this will just get sent right through the process. So we'll begin this construction of this as well. At the same time, we're going to be starting the other parking lot. And I think the only other thing that I had in the packet was just a reminder out at Prairie Commons, which is the very large multifamily development that's happening on Kirk Road, just north of the Kirk and Butterfield area. The mass grading has started, and it is big and dusty out. You probably see a lot of dust over in that area. They are working away at getting the detention ponds done and are building the base for the new bike path connection, which is going in there, which will take us, connect us to the Prairie Path. So we'll be able to do a whole loop through Savannah, in and around. We won't probably be seeing that piece of property until next spring, when it will be ready for us to accept, but we're going to keep a good close eye on that. Been working with the folks from the engineering department at the city and the developers on that one. So there's just been a lot going on. It's been a real exciting spring. So. And then we'll talk about some of the other stuff later. So, question? No? Okay, thank you.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is new business. So I entertain a motion to ratify the offer to purchase the property at 111 River Street for $225,000 plus moving expenses not to exceed $1,500, directing staff and legal counsel to negotiate a purchase agreement and further directing staff and legal counsel to take action as necessary to close on the transaction.
Second.
Motion by Grace, second by Dorsey. Any further discussion? Shelley, please call the roll.
Ray. Aye. Dorsey.
Aye.
Riley.
Aye.
Tillman, absent.
Aye, motion carries.
Thank you for honoring the closed session.
Yeah, excited to do it. Next item on the agenda is Fox Valley Special Rec. Any updates?
Actually, you know what? Steve Golombiewski was actually part of the I Can Ride program for Fox Valley Special Rec, which is the training wheels program. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, it went very well. I don't know, are you guys familiar with the program? So I was helping out on Monday and Tuesday, that's kind of introductory, where they got the big wheels, and every day they get smaller and smaller. Just to see some of the reactions from the kids is amazing. So sometimes they've never been on, first time they've been on a bike, and just seeing the progress, and the staff over there is amazing, volunteers. It was quite a workout, pretty much running for an hour and 15 minutes, but it was good. It was a lot of fun, so I was just happy to help and look forward to doing it in the future. It's a very cool program.
Hopefully you were intentional.
I was, yeah, but people that did multiple sessions literally ran for about 3 hours straight.
Great.
Great.
I'm not signing out. Eric's not doing that.
So next item on the agenda is Batavia Parks Foundation.
That would be me. Batavia Parks Foundation. As far as Bulldogs Unleashed goes, they're firing on all cylinders. Everything seems to be going forward quite well. Their whole team, I guess, and the library, is it the Library Foundation, as well as the school district's foundation. I guess I would say that I couldn't be happier for the Bulldogs Unleashed campaign and all of the work that everybody puts into it, and the results are excellent. This is the first time I've ever actually been a part of seeing the Bulldogs from when they're gray and boring to having thousands of pennies glued on them. So that was really cool. As far as other things on the agenda, they are looking forward to maybe setting up a meeting with us to discuss next year's plans so that we could take advantage of the 501(c) title for the Parks Foundation. So if the commissioners are willing to sit down and meet with the foundation, they'd be happy to have us.
So I'd love to do it.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea.
In the past, we've done them on Saturdays, and sometimes we've done them during the week, so, you know, I guess just with you want to do a survey.
Sure.
We can get some dates that can work for them. I'd love to do it.
And Steve had mentioned talking about some capital projects, but also budget, and I suggested that maybe staff be there as well, just because we work so closely with the writing budget, and so I would just ask the park board would want.
Oh, sure. I just want to make sure we you know, we've been sent an invitation. Just want to make sure we coordinate a meeting, and I want to make sure all the appropriate people are there, so we have fruitful conversation.
Can I nominate Aaron to be on the Parks Management Board?
He is particular.
Yeah, that's
I know.
true. We could
Can't skate.
The treasurer did leave.
Quickly they turn.
Just think about it.
Don't mess with me too much. I don't want.
Let's go.
I'm coming as public comment.
That's fine. Here, they actually have possibly 8 new board members.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty good in the interview, so it looks like
All
that's a
right.
competition.
Oh, and also, the Parks Foundation could use some help on Sunday starting the year at the Windmill City Festival,
What day is that?
Sunday, July 15th.
I will make sure I clear my calendar as a liaison between the park district and the foundation. It would be uncouth for me to show up
You need a
or not show up, I
double-sided,
guess.
It's fun and it's really good people watching them.
It is.
you need double-sided baseball cap.
Two sides. Just keep turning it around. Yeah, because we commissioners end up going out and serving beer one of the days as well, right? Or pouring
That's a
beer.
wonderful idea.
I would be down for that too. One for you, one for me.
This is on TV.
Don't drink.
All right, moving on.
Where's your gavel? All right, let's go.
Trolley, Callahan, okay. All right, next item on the agenda is executive session. So before we go to executive session, we do have one item of business after executive session, and that would be our resolution to release or hold our closed session meeting minutes. So we'll be going to executive session to discuss the semi-annual review of the executive session minutes, land acquisition, and personnel. So I entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Motion by Gray, second by Dorsey. Please call the roll.
Gray, aye. Dorsey,
Aye.
Riley,
Aye.
Tillman absent, Powell.
Motion carries. So we're going to go into executive session, and that will be the only item of business. pass a resolution on our meeting minutes. So thank you for joining us this month. We'll look forward to seeing you in July.